I started a business yesterday, and I'm terrified. Okay, you would not believe the setup I have going, but you know what? We're going with it. Hi, everybody. Hi. I started a small business about a week ago. And when I say small, I mean small. Like small, emphasis on small. I didn't tell anyone I was going to do this. I barely told myself I was going to do this. I woke up one day and I felt inspired, or I felt the need to do something more with my life than just sit around and wait for work to fall into my lap. For those of you who don't know, I work in TV and film in the costumes department. I do various jobs like set supervisor and truck supervisor, and I've done assistant costume design as well, and BG coordinating and BG dressing. And BG stands for background actors, or just stands for background. Anyway. But work has been tough. Non-existent. Very few projects going on, life. And I've always wanted a secondary income. I never found anything that fit quite right. I stream on Twitch, and I still do love that. It just felt like I was forcing myself to try and be this person that Twitch wanted me to be. I felt out of my depth, and I didn't feel passionate about fighting for my spot that the way others did. I'm someone who's a relatively solitary person, and I love my me time, and I love my quiet time, and I love just sitting and being silent and drinking coffee. Last September, I picked up crochet again after years of not doing it. In fact, I hadn't done it since I was maybe 7 or 8 years old, when my Oma taught me how to make just a simple single crochet square that I sewed a button onto and added a little loop, and I made a little skirt for my Barbie, and it was purple, like a light lilac-y purple, and it was very cute. That made me sad. I picked it up again, and I became obsessed overnight. So I spent every waking moment of the last 4 or 5 months getting into everything I could about crochet, watching YouTube videos and tutorials and reading books and screaming into my pillow over every messed up stitch and miscounted row. So I really have gotten into the depths of crochet. Right now I'm trying to learn about different yarns and the actual proper way to decide what hook to use, and I know there's still tons I have to learn. But looking back on 5 months ago when I started and had no idea what I was doing, and looking at what I'm making today, I couldn't have imagined my progress. And that brings me to opening my Etsy shop. It truly was one of these overnight decisions based on a passion that I had had for a while. Originally, I wanted to open an Etsy shop of things I've sewn. I have a background in costume design for theater, so I do have sewing experience. I always found that I was never as good at it as my peers, and that always felt very demotivating. And while I still do want to incorporate some sewn projects into my Etsy store, I don't want it to be the backbone of the store. So I do want to incorporate my sewing, but I never felt like it was something I was good enough at to feature or brag about or feel proud about. I'm excited about the projects I have lined up, though. I want to focus on knickknacks and housewares and gifts and little things that you would find in a cottagecore home inhabited by a witch. So I got to the point where I was crocheting so much I wanted to open a shop and sell off the things that I've made. I wanted to share it with people, and I have very low expectations of what might happen with this shop, which almost feels good. Having low expectations for a shop makes me able to step back a little bit and just work hard on the things that I love to do, which is make little crocheted projects. I don't have a following. I don't have all this marketing lined up for my YouTube channel or my Instagram or even my shop, and I'm just working as I go. And I find that freeing. I've watched a number of videos on starting a small crochet business, and what I have found is while a lot of them carry through similar advice, a lot of them are different, and a lot of people have done their businesses and started their businesses in different ways, and everyone has made mistakes along the way. And I'm one of those people who needs to make my own mistakes to learn from them. I always say I'm a kinetic learner, so let me connect. If this were to generate some income in the long term, that would be amazing. But right now, I'm just enjoying creating. I'm enjoying creating my crocheted projects. I'm excited to create more YouTube content and Instagram content. This is something I've always had a passion for. People are always saying, I know it sucks, but focus on social media. And that's the part I hear and I go, perfect. Social media? I get. I'm also not too concerned about things not doing well. I do various different posts in various different styles, and I'm still trying to nail that down, but I love it. It makes me happy, it makes me smile, and I get exhilarated when I sit down and do it, so I just feel lucky that I'm able to do it. This I probably will cut out. This is irrelevant. I'm also sweating buckets. My passions don't feel like they lie in sewing right now, or garment making, but if I were to get into garment making, it would be solely for YouTube content, and it would be for more personal use, like cosplays. I am a book talk girly. I'm so sorry. But you know, I was one of the OG book talk girlies, like back in the day, you know, Tamora Pierce. Come on. The Song of the Lioness series, that was we want to get into like OG fantasy. What got us into fantasy? That. Should we talk about fantasy books for a second? Lord of the Rings is also one of my favorites, of course, and this is not a brag moment, but I will just say, fantasy books, fantasy art, and all things witchy cottagecore and ethereal magical Pinterest vibes is what I hope to one day embody here on my YouTube, as well as incorporate those elements into my Etsy store. I also have a side love of like cutesy girly, more like romanticism vibes. Very like roses and blush colors and cream colors and flowers and beautiful garlands, things like that. So anyway, ramblings aside, I'm excited to share this journey with you. I'm excited to see where this shop goes. I don't often see videos of people pursuing a little side hustle in real time. I always come upon these videos that are like, 2 years ago, I started a business. This is what it looks like today. 2 years in, I have 20,000 followers and I'm a full-time content creator. But where are the people that are like, I started a business yesterday and I'm terrified? So hopefully this becomes a very interesting series of videos over the next year that I will compile in 2 years into one long video and end it with, I have amassed a million followers and I am a full-time crocheter and content creator. So here's to a great year. Follow along and I will see you in the next one.